try this again. Fairly standard dash up view. And I'm going to pull this up on my PC. I'm using a Android PC client to try this, so let's try it. Got a nice cloudy skybox going on today. First half of the year streaming content compiled in with driving video, but I am gonna do the rest of this year as just casually streaming my work. So I've intended to do that for a while and just never quite been ready. So it's on this freeway right here, on the correct ramp. Alright, let's go. does not function here on this one. All it will pull up is my fucking story replay. It literally won't show the little live circle I'm used to seeing. I'm going to switch accounts. I'm sure that will fix the problem. I'll have to view the live from my other account. So I won't have to do that. Because I've seen it let me watch my own account from my account on another device. So I'll not be able to do it during this stop, but I was just testing it anyway. So I'll just go up on YouTube as a standalone link to another broadcast. Oh, I thought it would work. Getting on. It also contains people coming off that road, trying to get on the one I'm coming off of. It's weird how you share the entry-exit lane in this particular road in this town. There's the tunnel that goes on this ramp when you get on, go in the other direction. This is the giant bridge going from Washington into Portland. The one that's not a drawbridge, so a big, huge, giant one. Drawbridge one is a lot smaller, and that one's rickety. I feel like it damages my tires more, but I haven't actually quantified that. carefully because I don't know when one of these guys is going to decide that they are turning the way I'm turning and cut over without looking. So you always got to be careful when you do this. Often I'll prefer not to, just because it's safer not to travel at a clip like this when the other lane is kind of not moving or going real slow. But because these two cars did it, I kind of followed them cautiously. I can use my map and see what we can do next. Alright, let's just go like another 0.5 of a mile up this road. And then we get to our turn. Person needs to turn in this driveway. You got it. You got it. That's Portland for you. That was their best shot at getting in, was me letting them, so. There's often just cars parked in the right lane, even though it's there, and people park there on some of these roads. So you can't just roll along without paying great attention. You got to pay total attention in order to drive in this town. You would think that would be pretty much no matter what. You have to pay total attention to drive a death machine like this, but many people do not, and kind of get away with it. Alright, sometimes the other side turns green, but nobody's going right now, so I'm taking the right on red. And the destination is coming up. 847. Alright. Let's finish this up. There's your guy walking in the road where I need to drive. He's got his headphones on. My car doesn't make very much noise here. I would think he's going to stay there or maybe finish crossing. I'm pretty much done. My stop is pretty much right up ahead, but I do need to go about maybe 100 more feet. According to the pin, I just passed it. So let's go ahead and drop it off. No, the drink is spitting out on my phone. Oh no. Nice, and they're actually a decent customer who tipped me. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. $15. So now I will not get another ring until we go reverse the drive. The way the math works out, now that it's paid by time and getting tips, is that all of the tips and all of the work I do that isn't go off to the corner and go out of the zone averages up against the distances and time spent going back in to get the next order. When this particular order rings and I accept it, and we go 6 miles out of the zone, I just turn around and go back. And every tip plus every order I've done that did only go 2 or 4 miles averages up against the 6 miles I'm about to go back in. So almost every order includes 2 to 4 miles you turn around and go back the exact same path you just drove on. And so you're just looking at, it's slightly longer, it's like 2 extra miles to go back up into the zone right after you end up out of it. 2 or 3 more miles is the basic cost to go back up, in addition to the one you always incur. So you think about that through the terms of the opportunity cost. From here, it actually makes more sense to, I think, drive up into the other side, but I want to go back over the same bridge again, to be honest. But actually, it's looking more like we're going to go up the other bridge right now. Let me go ahead and pull up navigation. Let's see. And we can stop. Let's just see which drive is better. Kind of base it on mileage. That one. Okay. I am going to. We're going to go back up the same way that we came. However, I've got to turn around and go the other direction. On this road. So I have to pull over here and wait for a clearing to do so. We'll have enough room to make the turn here as soon as there isn't traffic in the way. And there's a bus. As soon as the bus is clear, which we may have to wait for him to get to the intersection to pull this off. Yeah, he's slightly blocking my path. Any other car but the bus, right there, we would have been able. He is clipping my path, and if I back up, I still won't have room because I need the full use of this car's turning radius to get this done. Okay. Right now is the opportunity. It's completely clear. Nobody's coming from either side. That's the idea. 100% of this car's turn to get through that. From shop over here. I'll think of the name of it maybe. I'll maybe remember what it's called.
It's going into Portland space. Well, we no, that's where Rockets. It's when space is used to let your imagination go into it without being specific. When a certain kind of imagery hits it, one never spoils its subtlety by explaining. It is for the same reason that interpreters are unable to interpret.
Nope, I'm having trouble thinking of what it's called. It used to be like one of my main pickups for Postmates, and then later apps that were after Postmates. Alright, to turn to get back on that road we just jumped off is right here. See the sign for it, 84 East. There's a nice couch there right by the sign. Solid. Alright, this is it right here. Some of the turns in Portland are like this. You've got in the street, and then the ramp to the big road are the same place for a second. It's an immaculate looking wall and metering light right here. Bro, is he really gonna just sit there and race this guy in the fucking corner spot? Minimum upside down to be working for the tips as your main income. To have customer tips being 80% of what I make is just poor. It's just an inefficient work. But basically, that's how it was all the way across all of the apps I've ever worked for up till this moment. This is the first time I've ever had pay on one of these apps that actually pays you on the actual time and the actual every stop since. So it's pretty impressive. I'm totally surprised. I did not expect to join an app that I previously didn't really like and didn't think much of, and have them come at me with a get paid for time and tips. I was like, yes, I will do that. I had a hunch it was going to be good, but like the outcome was like double what I expected. The outcome was like really, really high pay comparatively, like really high. Like make $180 on a Monday, high pay, like really good. Also a thing I might do. I might take days off and like schedule 5 or 6 days on this, and then on that one other day that I don't schedule it, I might sit and take only higher paying customers, and just move less, do less jobs, spend less time actually active on the work, in order to especially if I keep making this amount of money for like 6 months, then I will definitely be looking to get another vehicle, because I will need something to spend the money on. I need something to spend it on. I'm just going to sacrifice all of my money into a domestic expense that is just a big old sacrifice. Definitely going to spend a lot of it on my business. Alright, so we are in zone again. And yeah, looking like mileage efficient. I wish I could have made the app display my live using the emulator, but I'll just reset up the browser version. I think it's already set up, but I have to log in again is the thing. It lost all of the login tokens that I had just done when the PC lost power. Intermission.
external
That's
world
cool
which
shit.
is not ourselves.